Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Alex. I graduated from Stanford in math and computer science before working on Wall Street as a quantitative trader. Always bet on sports, always loved to make money betting on sports. And what we're going to talk about as NFL betting starts, as we ramp into NFL Week 1, is what you should be doing to kind of make sure you're placing profitable bets. This is what I used to do every single Friday to make sure my numbers were in line. And what's so great about football betting is, throughout the week, because most of the games are, Sunday and Saturday for college and NFL, you're placing a lot of bets. They're all mathematically profitable by 4%, 5%, 6%, 3.5%, is by the time you get to Saturday, you have 40, 50 bets that are mathematically profitable, and you don't actually have that much variance, and the math just kind of works itself out. You have a lot of mathematically profitable bets that you're essentially investing. And every Saturday, Sunday, there's not many weekends where you have a down weekend. So I'll kind of show you in this video, I'll try to, looking through my bets, looking through my expected profit margin, and then we'll track hopefully the results. So my first bet is Tulsa, Oklahoma State, over 51.5 points, plus 105 odds. Right, so I bet this plus 105 odds on DraftKings for $1,000. So I have the sheet, here's the bet, here's the amount. And then what I want to do is go to Pinnacle and see the current no vig odds. So we see over 51.5 is minus 104 odds on Pinnacle. The under's minus 112. So if we take the no vig odds of minus 104 and minus 112, we've discussed this in a lot of videos. If you remove the vig, you can get the implied win percentage. Pinnacle is one of the sharpest sports books in the world, them and BookMaker. They view themselves as arbitrage friendly. They are a very efficient betting market. They have very high betting limits. They've been around a long time. Long story short, their odds are more fair. They're more indicative of the true win probability of your wager. So what I can see is minus 104, minus 112. That was the odds from Pinnacle on the specific wager. The no vig odds are plus 103.63, right? So we bet this plus 105, so slightly better, not that much better, but still better. So here's our Pinnacle no vig win percentage, here's our amount, and here's our expected profit. So, 49.11% of the time, we're winning $1,000 at plus 105 odds, so $1,050. The rest of the time, we're losing our stake, $1,000. Our expected profit is 6.75 from this specific bet. So if we keep going, we can see the next bet. Coastal Carolina, minus 15.5, first half point spread for $750, plus 100 odds. So Coastal Carolina, minus 15.5, first half. The amount is $750. So what we're going to do is go here, and we're going to go to Coastal Carolina. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get the no vig line from Pinnacle. So we're going to go to first half, and we see it's favored, minus 116, minus 100. So we got this minus 15.5 plus 100 odds. Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, has it minus 116. Clearly some good value, so let's do the same thing. Minus 116, minus 116, minus 100. And what we see is the no vig fair odds are minus 107. So again, we got plus 100 odds, better than the no vig odds, so this bet is mathematically profitable. It's also an arb to Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world. This is profitable to the Pinnacle no vig line. So our win percentage is 0.5179. So what I can do is go here, and it's 0.5179. And our EV, this should just be able to drag, is 46.27. So better than the first one. Again, this worked out more in our favor. Right, it's an arb to Pinnacle currently. It looks like we're getting some great value. We got something that's now minus 15.5 on Pinnacle. We got it plus 100. So there's another one. Over 51.5, next bet. Vanderbilt, Colorado State on 9/11 at 10 p.m. plus 110 odds. We got over 51.5 for $12.50 plus 110 odds. So next bet we want to see. So let's go to Vanderbilt. And let's see our no vig odds for this specific bet. So we bet $12.50. and this is in the Vanderbilt game. I'll start abbreviating them. So this is in the Vanderbilt game, and we bet over 51.5, which is minus 108, minus 108. So what's the no vig win percentage? 50%, right? The no vig fair odds would be plus 100. Again, Pinnacle charges a juice. So what you're doing is you're removing the juice, you're removing the vig, and saying Pinnacle didn't want to make money if they didn't have a vig or a juice. What are they saying is fair? What are the fair odds? What are the true odds? And what is the true implied win probability that is being implied by Pinnacle's market, the sharpest sportsbook in the world? So we can see we got plus 110 odds on this, which is a direct arb to Pinnacle Sportsbook. Sharpest sportsbook in the world. We feel pretty good about this bet. Again, Pinnacle is arbitrage friendly. We've said this a million times. It is one of the sharpest sportsbooks. If you are betting arbs to Pinnacle on mainline markets, you are going to be a profitable bettor. So let's go here. And what we can see is our no vig win percentage is 0.5. So what we're going to win is this. So we are going to win, and we are getting here, we are getting 1.1, and then here, this should actually be 1. So that was incorrect. Our edge is actually a little lower. I forgot this was plus 105 odds, and this was plus 100 odds. So here, this is our highest expected profit bet so far. We're sitting at $62.5. So we stake $12.50. 50% of the time, we are going to win 1.1 times 1250 because, again, we place this bet at plus 110 odds. So our profit would be 1250 times 1.1 if we win. According to Pinnacle, we should be winning that 50% of the time. Their zero vig line, their implied win percentage is 50% for the over or the under. So 62.5 EV in this bet, right? So we're sitting at $96 in total profit. Expected profit just based off of these three bets. And again, every bet you add reduces your variance. It's like why you invest in a portfolio of stocks as opposed to one specific stock, right? Investing in stocks is a good investment. Stocks tend to go up over the long run by like 8% a year, whatever it is. It's the same in sports betting. If you're placing bets that are mathematically profitable by 4%, 5%, whatever it is, and you're placing a lot of them, your risk isn't actually that high, and you're just kind of going to make money, right? You're just kind of going to make money. So that's what we're ultimately doing. So let's look at the next one. Las Vegas Raiders, money line first quarter, plus 145 odds versus the Ravens. We bet that for $500. So Raiders, first quarter, we bet this for $500. And let's look at our Pinnacle no vig percentage. So let's go to the Ravens game. So we'll go to the Ravens game. We'll see first quarter. And this is a massive arb to Pinnacle. I grabbed that line very quickly when I saw it. Plus 145 was incredible, and it came crashing down. We can actually go to OddsJam. Again, everything here is powered by OddsJam. It is the fastest sort by league, NFL. It is the fastest odds provider, and it has the most comprehensive array of sportsbooks as well as markets. The most markets, the most sportsbooks, the fastest data. It's pretty incredible, and tons of betting tools built on top of it. Arbitrage, this is really the only tool you need to actually make money sports betting. Of course, there are tons of people who will, try to sell you their picks and models and claim they're professional sports bettors. But again, being a professional sports bettor, due to bookmaker limits, that's not even an attractive profession. It's not even a legitimate profession. So anyone who says they're a professional sports bettor, I would highly steer clear of them. So we can go down, we can go to the Ravens game. And what we can see is if we pull up the specific game, we can go to first quarter money line, and we can see, the Raiders are plus 130. Right? So there's still some value maybe even on the Raiders plus 130, but we got this plus 145, which is clearly pretty good, right? It's an arb to Caesars and way better than any of these other markets. And what was also interesting is if I go back to football, it looked like there may be some value on the Seahawks line as well. So I just want to check on that quick because there may be another betting opportunity right now and might as well capitalize. So if we look at the Seahawks game, right, we can see plus 145, minus 145. So that's kind of interesting. Bet online, kind of sharp offshore sportsbook. So we can see Bookmaker plus 142, minus 158, Pinnacle plus 136, minus 151, minus 145. It's kind of in the middle. It's not that interesting. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, maybe it's fair. So we'll just kind of avoid that. Again, Pinnacle, Bookmaker, the sharpest sportsbooks in the world. What this OddsJam column does is it weights Pinnacle and Bookmaker together to give you an indication of what the fair odds are from the two sharpest sportsbooks in the world. So again, like, minus 145, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Right now, I don't think it's actionable, right? It's just kind of fair. Maybe it's not a terrible price if you wanted to bet on the Seahawks, but it's not particularly great. So we'll go back to the bets. And what we can see is the zero vig line, plus 116, minus 131. We want to go to the no vig odds calculator on OddsJam. So plus 116, minus 131 is our no vig win. Our win percentage is 44.95%. So we bet this plus 145 odds. The zero vig line is plus 122.49. So we blew that away. We got plus 145. The zero vig line is plus 122.49 with an implied win percentage of 0.4495. So we'll go back here. Our win percentage is this, and then our EV is going to be, we got this plus 145, so I just need to adjust the odds to 1.45. $50 in EV. Again, we blew that away. So we're sitting at $146 of expected profit so far. So let's keep going. Next, we bet the Jets, $750 plus 205 odds. Let's go to football. We can actually do this directly on OddsJam. So we can go to football. We can go to league, NFL. And then we can go to the Jets game, wherever it is. Here we see plus 181, minus 197. That's the inside market. So Bookmaker, we got plus 205. Huge arb to Bookmaker, huge value. Bookmaker's only giving you plus 173. Pinnacle, a little bit more towards the Panthers, plus 181, minus 204. So plus 181, minus 204. So what we're going to do is go here, no vig odds calculator, plus 181, minus 204. No vig odds, plus 188.57. We blew that away. We got plus 205. So how much did I bet again? $750. So 750. And then the Jets. And our no vig win percentage is 0.3465, an indication of the fair win probability. Sports is random. You never know who's going to win. You never know who's going to lose. It's just an indication of fair, right? The implied win probability from the sharpest sportsbook in the world is just a great estimate of the win probability of the bet. As you know, big underdogs win all the time, seemingly, and sports is random. There are no locks, there are no guarantees. It's all about getting odds in your favor that look good to the no vig win percentages from very sharp, efficient offshore bookmakers like Bookmaker Sportsbook and Pinnacle. So we're winning this 0.3465% of the time, but we're getting plus 205 odds. So we need to change this to 2.05, which is plus 205 odds, and we have $42 in EV. So our total profit sitting at $189 in expected profit based off of these bets. Next one, UAB. It looks like I have them bet, $1,100. So I want to go here. I'll try to speed this up a bit just as we kind of get in the rhythm. But what you'll notice is this is what you should kind of notice. You have a bunch of bets, mathematically profitable on all of them. This will reduce your variance. You'll have a portfolio of bets essentially over the weekend that are all mathematically profitable, that will perform well and ultimately make you money, literally, hopefully every weekend. So let's go to UAB. They're playing Georgia. Obviously, it doesn't feel great to bet against Georgia, especially, given the last game, but it is what it is. Plus 112, minus 134. So plus 112, minus 134. So plus 112, minus 134. No vig odds, plus 121. We're getting plus 130. Again, we're beating it 0.44 0.4517 is our win percentage. So we'll go back here, 0.4517, and then I just want to drag this. And we're getting 1.3 plus 130 odds. So $42 in EV. So that's not bad either. That ticks us up a bit as well. So those are those two bets. This bet we'll just ignore. Some DraftKings promotion. Chiefs -1 for $800. First quarter point spread. So we can go there. We can go to Chiefs. And definitely not that. That looks like esports. Kansas City Chiefs, Browns on Pinnacle. So I can't even find the line, so I'm going to skip it. But considering they're -2.5 first quarter spread, -110, seems good. Can't really tell. So we'll skip this one just because Pinnacle currently doesn't have a market. But maybe good, maybe bad. We'll keep going. I hope I'm on unsettled. Unsettled. Nope. I think I had some more bets placed on DraftKings, so let's see. These are all DraftKings promotions, so we'll skip them. But this is all just to kind of illustrate the point. You have a bunch of bets placed that are hopefully all mathematically profitable. And so two more bets, Steelers and Cardinals. So what we can do is go to the Cardinals game. Maybe we can just go to NFL here. We can go to the Cardinals game. They're +135, -149. So +135, -149. What odds did we bet them? +155. So we got great odds. Again, we bet that's an arb to Pinnacle. We clearly got some incredible value. No vig win percentage, 0.4156. So we'll just do cards. We bet $1,000. Our no vig win percentage was 0.4156. So 0.4156. And we bet it +155 odds. So it should be this. Nope. I'll just drag that. And then this is +155 odds. So 59.78. So we're sitting at 291 expected profit based on our portfolio of bets. So we can continue to go. Last one is Steelers +250, +280. So what we can do is go to the Steelers game. We can just go there on OddsJam. Find the no vig odds from the Steelers, and then I think we'll kind of wrap it up. But you'll see the point. Once you have a portfolio of bets, all mathematically profitable, you're just going to make money every weekend. That's what's so fun about football, is you place all these mathematically profitable bets as lines start to move Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You just aim to make 2, 3, maybe even 4 profitable bets a day. And by the time you get to Saturday or Sunday, you have 20 mathematically profitable bets placed, and you're just kind of raking in the cash. So we want to find the Steelers game. Let me turn off college football. There's way too many games to search through. And we'll go to the Steelers game. We can see the zero vig line +231, -265. So again, we blew that away. +231, -265. We bet them +280. We crushed DraftKings. So +231. -265, so the no vig odds are +240.32. We got +280, so clearly pretty incredible. So 0.2938 is our no vig win percentage. So how much did we bet there? I think just 250. We'll check. Steelers 0.2938, and we got them +280 odds. So drag that. +280 odds, 2.8 times 250, 29.11 EV. So we're sitting at $321 in expected profit just for our DraftKings bet so far. So that's pretty good. That feels at least pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. You could do the same thing with Twinspires. I'll kind of run you through. I mean, we're obviously not going to go through them all. I actually probably have a lot more bets placed on a lot of these other sports books just because DraftKings tends to just be a bit harder to get in on quickly. So again, every bet I found is powered by the OddsJam arbitrage and plus EV page. They are incredibly powerful because all of sports betting is based on what is going on in the financial markets, which are sports markets. You want to know what is happening on Pinnacle and BookMaker, where they're moving. You'll see lines moving all the time. If a player gets injured, you'll see Pinnacle and BookMaker rapidly start to move, and you want to capitalize on that on the sports books that you have before the lines move on your book as well, right? So here we can see just a bunch of arbitrage opportunities. If you wanted to make, risk-free profits and you had both a Pinnacle account and a FanDuel account, you probably don't, but you could make a risk-free profit of 4.77%. But the more interesting part of this is looking for line discrepancies to, Pinnacle and BookMaker, like here, like in this Tulsa, Oklahoma State, which we actually had bet, right? So this was our first tracked bet, actually, 6.755 EV, or 6.7, 675 an expected profit for our $1,000 bet. But what you can see is this is actually an arb to BookMaker. BookMaker and Pinnacle, two sharpest sports books. So this plus 105 looks even better to BookMaker, which may be why I actually bet it initially. I don't really remember. But, it's crazy because sometimes by Saturday or Sunday, I don't even remember the bets that I placed. But anyways, you can kind of scroll through. You can use the plus EV page and the arbitrage page. They're both extremely powerful tools for sports bettors, because they show you big line discrepancies to Pinnacle and BookMaker, the two sharpest sportsbooks in the world. Like here we see Cardinals -1, plus 200 on Twinspires, right? 7.14% EV to Pinnacle's no vig line, plus 170 minus 200. If you found the no vig line, you found the EV, just like we've been doing. This plus 200, it's an arb to Pinnacle. There's clear value there. So we actually just logged in, so I might as well place that bet. Cardinals -1. Cardinals -1 plus 200. Hopefully it didn't move. Again, good lines don't last forever. You do want to try to get there quickly. It's not dragging for me. There we go. So we'll see how much they give me. So we'll see. They give me 221.96, right? So that feels pretty good. 221.96. It's an arb to Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world. I feel pretty good about that bet. But what you can see on Twinspires is it's a lot more of the same as DraftKings, but probably honestly even more bets. So if I go to open bets, so bets that haven't settled yet, I have tons of action on Twinspires because they tend to just take more. So we can see some Navy point spread, Navy +8, Navy +7.5, Wyoming money line. Let's see if there's anything interesting. You can see just a ton of bets, all mathematically profitable when I place them, all adding up to my portfolio of bets going into Saturday. Here we can see I have a ton of bets in the Rams game. $555 wagered on over 44 -113. And they're letting me cash out for $20 higher, right? I wagered $555, letting me cash out for $575. That feels pretty good. $654 bet on, over 45 in the Bears-Rams game, plus 102 odds. Again, they're letting me cash out way better. So a ton of money bet on the overs in the Seahawks-Colts game, all plus EV, $750 here, $750 here. So a few $1,000s worth of sweat there. A ton of overs bet in the Browns-Chiefs game. I'm definitely hoping for a lot of points this weekend. Again, it's letting me cash out higher. Typically a good indication as a sports bettor when the sports book is like, we don't even want your bet. We'll give you money just to take it away and cash out. Allowing me to cash out for $2 more. So over 52, a few $1,000s bet on the Chiefs over. It looks like maybe a little more. Yeah, probably 4,000 or something by the time you add it up. UTEP Boise State betting unders. Those look pretty good. So we can kind of go through betting unders in South Alabama, Bowling Green. So yeah, just long story short, a lot of bets open, a lot of mathematical profit margin, and you can kind of go through, track all your bets, track your expected profit margin for the weekend. And you'll notice if you're looking at Pinnacle 0 vig line, Bookmaker 0 vig line, you will realize, your profit margin. Of course, there will be down weeks. Of course, there'll be weeks where you run hotter than expected. But over the course of the season, you will run kind of within your expectation to this profit. Like if I did these bets every week, I would expect a profit margin of 321 per weekend betting. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, I just find it useful to, after, placing tons and tons of college football bets and NFL plus EV bets throughout the week, profitable betting opportunities, is going through on Friday, looking for the profitable, kind of looking over your bets, seeing your expected profit margin. And then, you can decide if you want to watch the games or not. For some people, it's very nerve-wracking, but long story short, I hope you found this video useful. Again, OddsJam, it's really the only tool you need. It is the most powerful software in the world. There's no BS, professional sports bettor who's just some guy who lives in New Jersey and is trying to sell you picks or a model or start a company or trying to monetize his YouTube ads. Like, this is hard data, right? This is just hard data. Live odds from 30 plus sportsbooks from around the world, sharp bookmakers included, like Pinnacle, like Bookmaker, to give you a leg up. So I hope you find this video insightful. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can of course feel free to reach out. Please, if you do have questions, reach out, but also like, share, and subscribe. It's just good feedback to us that this content is actually valuable to other people besides just hearing myself talk. So again, thank you for your time.